Hi, good evening. It's 15 June 2020. It's a Monday. Welcome back after a very nice weekend, apparently. A lot of fruitful things that happened and a lot of surprises also. I just want to tell about this thing, which is call for code. Remember last week I was telling about the hackathon and preparation for the hackathon? Yes, the results were announced on Sunday. I think you could have guessed it by now looking at my big, wide, bright smile. We were through. Um, I got to hear, actually, let me tell you like this. The results were supposed to be announced at 12 o'clock on Sunday, and for some reason I totally forgot about it. I just ignored and I just kept quiet. And probably around 1 o'clock, when I switched on my system to do some editing, is when I suddenly got reminded that I need to check my mails for the results. And I check the Slack and I see that our team name is there, and I can see that my name is there in that team lead entry. And I was just still trying to, like, I was talking in my house, I was just still trying to come to my senses and figure out, like, our ideas through the first round, and we are going into the second round for the Shark Tank. And that's when the phone rang, and the coordinator from the office who was looking into this event, hackathon event, she called me up and she congratulated and she told, like, we are through to the next round. And she just quickly gave an overview of what next round is all about and what to expect regarding the timings and all. So the rules and regulations were exactly the same old 8 minutes of presentation and 5 minutes of Q&A, but this time it's more of like a senior jury compared to what was there on last week, and very strict with the time. Not that they were not strict last week, but they told that if it's a hard cut, it's definitely a hard cut. Even if you're halfway through, you just have to stop it there. So I just called up all my team members. I just congratulated them and I told them what's happening. Even they were surprised. Like, this is the first time we've gone through to the second round, and they were also very happy. And we just thought, like, we'll sync up again in the evening because I had uh, plans of revisiting the presentation and figuring out what else we can do. And we even discussed with a senior member from our team itself as to what we had to do and all. He gave a lot of valuable inputs regarding the presentation, the perspective in which you're supposed to do the USP and all those stuff. In a way, it was, like, I will tell you, a very fruitful and very much required, I would say, kind of a meeting that we had last evening. And once we had that, I started reworking on the PPT in my mind, not on paper, but in my mind. Then I got up early today morning and I started working on the PPT. I quite literally rearranged the entire stuff. Okay, so I knew time was a constraint, but I just went ahead and reorganized the entire thing, cut down so many stuff, introduced a lot of things in a single slide, and so many things I did. I tried to make it a little bit more colorful, and I didn't prepare the presentation to look like a very formal one. I intentionally made it a little bit colorful so that that will get the attention of the jury. Okay, I just didn't want it to be a boring black and white or blue and white kind of a presentation. So in that way, we had a presentation, second round of presentation, the Shark Tank round, today evening. It was at 3:15. Started on time, gave the presentation. Small hiccup that I couldn't go to the point of me explaining the advantages, disadvantages section. But I knew that this might happen, so I was prepared for it. So what I did is, the moment they told stop now, that's when I just quickly switched over to the screen or the slide which had advantages and disadvantages. So when they're asking me questions, I made sure that what they're seeing is my slide deck with advantages and challenges and stuff like that. A lot of questions were asked, a lot of very valid questions were asked, and there were one challenging questions also regarding machine learning. I tried to answer with whatever little I know about machine learning, but overall it went well. Again, I don't want to be overconfident. To be very honest with you, I don't want to be overconfident. The jury are supposed to be strict, and this panel had about 20 people to evaluate. I have not gone through what the other 19 folks' ideas are. I didn't want to get carried away that mine is the best or mine is the worst. But I'll just leave it here. The presentation is over. After the presentation, I just called up my team, just told them good work, and we just want it up there. The results are on Wednesday. I think Wednesday, first half of the day, there is all hands. They'll be announcing it there. So I'll just hold on. I don't want to become optimistic or over optimistic. just because I went through the first round. But I'll just leave it here. But I'm very happy. I'm extremely happy that we went through the first round, and this is first time. Like last year also we submitted, but this is the first time. And 2 years back, I couldn't even submit it. That was the situation. Though I have been in the organization and this has been running for quite a few years now, this is the first time it's gone to the second round. I'm happy, and next time I'll make sure that it's much better than what it is now. So that's about Call for Code. Second thing that happened is went for a quick short ride in my bike. I think I told you, right? Yeah. So last 2 weeks since the second service, I had not taken it out, and last week it was my turn with the car, so I just went out in the bike this week. So went in Saturday evening. I went towards Tumkur. I went, I think, almost up to Dabaspet, and then took a deviation towards the Mandaragiri hills. That's where the Jain Pinchi temple is there. I had gone there previously, but I just thought, like, why not go there, because it's much closer to the main road, and I was going in the evening. I didn't wanted to go deep inside to say Devra and Durga or somewhere in the evening. So I just decided I'll go here. I just stopped there for a few minutes. I came back. There were people there, so I just tried to stay away from people and crowd, everything. It was not crowded compared to what we had seen last time. It was way too less. Hardly, I think, 2 families were there. But the best thing is, I wanted to record few videos, and believe it or not, I think I recorded 4 videos when I was riding, and everything in my GoPro, and one of them when I stopped there. So I myself was surprised as to, like, I talk so much. I think by now you would have guessed this is what I am. I just talk a lot. I think I've told you even in previous instances wherein I went on to record a 10-minute video for how to record a presentation, and I ended up making it a 45 minutes presentation. So here I thought about, I think, 2 videos, but I ended up doing 4 or maybe 5. I don't remember. But I've already edited 2 of them. I have scheduled them for tomorrow and Thursday. Everything about bikes, everything about Java, and one of them is about the current situation that I have done. But just imagine, this place is about 60 kilometers away from the city, and to and fro I would have taken about like 3 hours, and I was continuously talking. That's what I am. And connecting to that, to yesterday evening, I had a live session with Sri Harsha, my ex-team member from Landscape Wizard. He now has a company called Imagine under his Artbird banner. So we did a live session on Instagram talking about our cave expedition. We had planned for it on Saturday, but I pushed it to Sunday so that we can get some traction and get more people. But way too many hiccups. I'll tell you, way too many hiccups. It's like they say, Murphy's Law. Take my word, it is real. Murphy's Law is real. Like, when things have to go bad, it will really go bad. And my internet works perfectly fine. I have about 3 connections here in this room. One of them broadband, one of them hotspot, one of them in my phone. But all 3 of them decided that they'll try to play prank with me during that 1 hour yesterday. And I had too many dropouts, like way too many. I think probably about 5 or 6 or maybe more than that. And the last time my connection got dropped out, I just decided I'll not join back in. And at one case, like, Harsha was actually telling me that there were some hiccups at his end also, with some power and internet cable getting damaged. But I don't know, I was not happy with the way the session went. And I was talking so much, and suddenly it gets disconnected, you lose the flow, everything goes for a toss. And once the session was over, I reached out to him, or rather he reached out to me telling that the session didn't get saved and it's not going live on Instagram stories, and he's not able to save it to IGTV. I just gave it up. Okay, let me not break my head about it. First of all, it was so jinxed or whatever, and it couldn't go through very smoothly. And on top of it, all these things, we just decided we may have it in future, or maybe I'm not interested in doing it again because, like, I don't know, the vibes are not so great. But what I want to talk about, the talking part, is between 5 to 6 I was speaking in that live session, and again from around 6:05 or 6:10 I went on to a call with my senior from office. That call went on for about 3 hours. So in all 3 hours I was continuously talking, and even on Saturday, I think for 3 hours I was continuously talking when I was riding, and even when I was not riding for those 10 minutes or whatever. I just talk a lot, and I actually got tired. Last evening I was like, I don't want to talk. I just want to take rest. And my team called for a meeting in the night, and I told, like, I'm okay for the meeting, but I'll not talk. But they are like, okay, without you talking, we'll not know what to do. So we just decided we'll discuss it today. But we did that very quick chat on the Slack itself. I didn't want to call up. So I didn't want to lose my voice during the presentation. So I just left it there. But eventually, the meeting, the presentation was there in the afternoon, and I was all fine by then, and it went well. And morning, I cancelled few of my meetings so that I can concentrate on this, and again have my voice in place for the presentation in the evening. So that's all about the talking part of it and how the weekend went. It was fantabulous. Okay, and it's good. It's nice to have such um, event-filled, event-filled weekends with a little bit of riding, with a bit of going out, getting some fresh air, spend time with the family. Yesterday was my kid's star birthday, so we did a small celebration about that also. Last minute, I just decided that we'll bring in a cake. So night I went out after all these meetings. We got a cake. We just cut, and just for fun. Like there was no specific reason, but we just went out, bought a cake, and we cut, and we had fun. It was just between 6 of us. But in between all those things, there is one another point that I wanted to probably talk about. Again, it's been 2 weeks since I've started talking about all my day-to-day stuff and recording things and documenting things. And there's already been a couple of incidents about me talking about death on this video. And one more of such thing is what happened yesterday, I guess, about Sushant Singh Rajput's death. A very upcoming actor in Bollywood, very good looking, very talented, and his bibliography was like really good. I mean, some fantastic movies, PK, Dhoni, Kai Poche. He had done some very good movies and very good roles, in fact. Like, forget about good movies, he had done very good roles wherein his talent had come out. Apparently, they found out that yesterday morning he had committed suicide, and he was found hanging in his house in Mumbai. And I don't know why. Like, I just first of all, I got that news first from my colleague. He sent me in a WhatsApp that this has happened. But then I went and saw the news. I just saw it for say 10 minutes, and I just got disturbed. Like, he's what, 34 years? Just last week, this time, we were talking about Chiru Sarja, and now we are talking about this guy who's even younger to him. The main reason that they are telling for his death is something related to depression and mental health. I don't know if this really has to be, this is the only solution for it. I'm not at all ready to accept it. I think that's exactly what I tweeted yesterday afternoon also. Do you really feel death is an answer for depression or mental health issues that you're going through? I don't think so. I'm not sure, I don't know from my side how much knowledgeable I am to talk about all these things. Is it that I'm going through all those things? I don't know even how to evaluate it. A very good friend of mine, Sharath, did a couple of live sessions with a therapist on Instagram. I heard it, and a lot of things I could relate about how people react when they have certain issues. This is not like a stigma, or this is not a taboo subject. I'm telling you, like, this was something like that a few years back, but I think it's real. Things are real. People are going through a lot of stress. People are going through a lot of hardship and things like that. The situation now itself is very bad. I'll tell you this: what we are going through, the lockdowns and locked up in the houses. Like, see, I'm going out only once a week for 2 hours in a bike, and I'm not even taking out during the weekday. I'm not able to travel out. I'm just stuck in this room for most part of the day when it comes to work. All these things hits us, and people like movie stars, like, movies are not getting done. There is no shooting that is happening. Movies are not getting released because the theaters are closed. It's a lot of stress, and they might have their own personal issues from their end. But is this really an answer about like you committing suicide? I don't know. A very good friend of mine over from the social media side, which is YouTube, called Nasim. He's from Mysore, but he's currently working in UK. He came up with a video late yesterday, but I think I saw it today morning. He explained this whole scenario very beautifully. It's a video in Kannada. Probably I'll link it in the description. But the way he explained it is like he literally hit the nail on the head. It's like that. I mean, he too feels that this is not an answer. This is not a solution for this whole mental health thing. Like, you have a problem, go speak to someone. Nobody will say no. I'll tell you, worst case, one person might say, but that one person is not the only one whom you have to look forward to. Just call up your old friend, or like call up speak to somebody in your family and all that stuff. And he even said, like, all this trolling and verbal abuse that celebrities go through, and all the thing that is happening on social media, be it on Instagram, be it on Twitter, or sometimes even for that matter, even on TikTok, all this is taking a toll on the celebrities. And I think uh, that itself was one big factor uh, in Sushant Singh case. Probably, I'm not sure that's the only thing, but again, that what he said and what I say is also same. That is, just speak to someone. It's not that there is nobody to listen to you. Just go and speak to someone. Just call up a friend, or just call up somebody who you think can speak to you for 5 minutes. Just let it out. Okay, it's always better to do it rather than taking such steps, because this is not an answer, and this will lead to even worse situation for people around you and for people who follow you. Okay, so youngsters who follow the celebrities, they might get carried away by all these things that is happening around them. Okay, and having said that, we saw two contradictory cases in the last 1 week. Chiru Saja was one actor, upcoming actor, is young, energetic, healthy, completely, like, he was too keen on all this fitness and all this aspect, but we lost him due to a heart attack. And now a similar aged guy uh, committing suicide because of depression or mental health issues. It's two contradicting things. One is physical health and another is mental health. I mean, it's a very sensitive topic. It's a very, again, I would probably say a stressful topic to talk about. I do admit I'm not really qualified to do that, but if you're listening to this in future sometime, but all that I would say is, go speak to someone. I repeat what everyone else is telling. Go speak to someone. Let your heart out. Maybe that really helps. That might be the changing point of what you're going through. So be a little bit vocal, be a little bit expressive. Don't keep it to yourself, and that might help. So I just want to sign off today with this note. I know it is not as positive as what I started off this video with, wherein I was talking about a lot of good news, but it's okay. I mean, it's just a part and parcel of life, but this is a topic of serious concern, and we just have to give enough attention to it, just not ignore it, because it might literally eat us from inside. Okay, so be careful, take care, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.